Okay.
Yeah, it's good. Well, hello, Facebook and YouTube people, and everyone out there in internet land. Hi from Madam and
Hello,
Nellie,
everybody.
and oh, Barbie too. We can't
Of
forget Barb.
course.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Barb's hanging out with us today, and
Yeah.
I did send a link to Vivian Powell if she'd like to join us. Shout out to Viv. She's with the
Mhm.
Spooky Crew, and
Mm.
she's somewhat knowledgeable on topics like these. So I thought, well,
Mhm.
we'll send her a shout out, see if she wants to come join us.
Yeah.
She's just
Yeah.
loads of fun.
Yeah.
So anyway, how's it going? Any new things this week that you want to get out there and talk about, or
No, well, just we have the full moon in Aries on Sunday.
on Sunday? Okay.
Yeah, and the energy is
Mark
just
your
getting
calendar.
like more intense each day leading up to it. I don't know if everybody's
Yeah.
felt it, but I've just been kind of like,
Hmm.
man, I go outside. I told my husband, and it's like, it just feels really, really intense out there.
Yeah. Yeah. It's just yeah. Everything has seemed kind of intense lately. So yeah, I don't know. It's a lot of energy with this moon. What does it mean that it's in Aries?
Well, that means that the moon is in the house of Aries, and right now that's the
Okay.
constellation it's in as it's going full. And I
Okay.
had, oh, I know where I put it. Well, I don't know if it's there. I had a graphic. Let's see,
Oh hey,
a graphic on it. Anthony, hello.
Anthony said
Yeah.
hello.
So reigniting the light within, stepping out of our comfort zone, coming back to self, doing a makeover, finding lost parts of ourself that we have dimmed or forgotten. Um,
Well, that sounds good.
yeah, but that
And
wasn't
the
the
date
Aries
of this
one.
Sunday will be the 10th. Is that right?
The ninth. It says
Ninth.
the October 9th full moon is becoming more powerful each hour from now. It will be an intense moon in Aries, ruled by Mars, the planet of energy. Universal energy is doing a massive flip over the next 72 hours. Blockages are being cleared away so we can align with our divine paths.
Nice. Always good when blockages get out of our way.
Yeah, especially when we don't have to actively, it's just like the universe is like, well, I'm just going to come take it away. It's that time.
Yay.
Yeah.
Can't ask for better than that.
Yeah, I'm like, I'm all for free stuff like that.
Oh, yeah.
Universe, just take care of it for me. I can just live, right?
I know, right? Oh, my gosh.
Yeah.
When things like that happen and you just go, phew, it's like,
Yes.
well, and you have to ask yourself too if it was something that you were manifesting, um, and did it come to you through that, but I mean, I guess it all comes from the divine. So, you know,
Right.
yes, moon
Yep.
energy. He says moon energy is great to breathe in.
Yeah, and I've got to write a note to
I'm
myself
gonna
to get water bottles to put out under the
water, yep, and
moon. Yeah.
water and cleanse crystals. So I got a bowl. I put my crystals in, and then I just open the curtain in my room, and the moonlight will shine right down in through this window, and so it's great.
Yeah,
I
I haven't put my
there.
crystals out in a while. I'll have to put my crystals out. I'll have to write this on my remember list. If I don't, I won't remember anything.
I know. I'm making notes too.
Mhm.
Things I
Yeah.
got to remember to do, because it's a full moon coming up. So,
Yeah.
and then I know some of the witches practice 3 days leading up to and 3 days after as well.
Mm-hmm.
Significant, and you can work your magic and do spells in those 3 days preceding and the 3 days after.
Yep.
Yeah,
Yep.
crystals.
Absolutely.
Yep, can hold your own energy. That's true. Well, what
Yep.
you do is you kind of cleanse them and then recharge them
Mm-hmm.
so that they'll have your energy after that. So.
Yep.
Hmm.
Absolutely. But yeah, that's kind of the big thing coming up here, I think, is just this intense, you know, this moon. I usually
What do
just
they
kind of,
call this one? Doesn't it? It's a lot of times it has a name.
oh, let's
Like
see.
a
So what's an
new
October moon
moon
called?
or
Okay. I have
harvest
not seen,
harvest moon. I
it
don't know.
might be. I haven't seen anybody share anything about it on Facebook. Say, what is the October full moon? Oh, look, it's right there at the top. It's called the Hunter's Moon.
Hunter's Moon. Okay. Yep.
Yeah.
Nice.
First full moon of fall.
Hunter's Moon. I suppose because you could get out and hunt even, because it was light enough. And
Yeah.
in this time of year, if you were like a hunter-gatherer type of person, you would be getting as much game as you could. Plus, the furs are starting to come in, and stuff. So now's the time. They're not breeding,
Right.
So, yeah, that's probably why it's called the Hunter's Moon.
Yeah. Did you know that there's 2 full moons in October this month?
No.
And it's supposed to look.
One?
Well, I'm trying to scroll down. Let me see. It says that the Hunter Moon is going. The first one on Sunday is going to look orange.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, don't pop that up here. Let me see. Oh shoot! It took me all the way back at the top. Let's see. Maybe it'll be warm enough we can go out naked under the moon again.
Oh, that would be nice, wouldn't it? Just one last time.
One last time. Go out with a blanket. I don't care. Let's see.
Yeah.
Okay, but when is the next full moon? Okay, after that. I don't know. Now it said there's going to be 2 of them, and then it says the next one's going to be November 8th. Why did it say there was going to be 2? The next full moon after the Hunter's Moon.
Yeah. I would have thought like maybe if it was going to be, it'd be like at the very end of the month, like on Halloween.
Yeah.
Wouldn't that be super if there was a Halloween full moon?
Yeah. Yeah.
I think there have been in the past at some point. I don't know.
Yeah. Sure there has been. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. We're gearing up for Halloween too. The kids are getting all their costumes and.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gearing up here.
Fun.
Yep.
Yeah.
Having a birthday party a week from today. So. Yeah, it's 14th, right smack dab in the middle of Libra.
Right.
So I am a Libran, through and through.
Yeah. They're so funny. You're the second Libra I talked to today, and both of you are like good friends. I guess we just make what Scorpios and Libras make good friends or something. I don't know.
Yeah, I think so. I have had some other Scorpio friends too, not so much for love interest, but friendship.
Yeah.
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 So, the people I have a hard time friending are Virgos. For some reason, we just don't see things the same, and I always have a bit of difficulty communicating with them. But I try whatever.
Yeah. Yeah,
I try to get along with everyone, but because I'm
right. Right.
That's what Libras do. We're people persons. And that make everyone happy.
That makes sense. Yeah, because you and my other friend both, you're just like are always just like ready to talk to everybody and all that, and I'm still kind of like, I gotta be careful. Yeah.
Yeah, we're pretty outgoing, and we love art and entertainment and stuff like that. So that's why doing what I've been doing is really kind of in my wheelhouse.
Right. Hello, Kelly.
Hey, Kelly, how's it going?
Yeah.
And love the hats. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
It's that time of year, but if you're a witch, any time of year is a good time of year for a hat,
Yeah.
It's sort of our freak flag, if you want to say it that way. I'm letting mine fly.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, and yeah. I've been grabbing my broom lately too. I was like sweeping everything. I'm like, gotta clean up for winter.
Yeah. Well, and I've been sweeping out negativity, It comes, in from time to time. So you have to just keep sweeping it out the door.
That's right. Not got a place for it anymore, do we?
Nope, not at all. No, it just, I ain't got time for that.
Yeah.
Oh, Lord. So, today we were talking, we were going to discuss spirit animals. And I think mine could be like, we talked about a scarab beetle.
Yeah.
At one point, yeah. But I also think I got a special affinity for frogs and toads.
Uh-huh.
Every time I see one, I got to pick it up. I got to talk to it. I got to set it
Right.
someplace I know it'll be safe.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
I put them on
Yeah.
my flower
So
beds.
yeah. So the really cool things I like to do is when I help people find out what their spirit animal is, and then I
Mhm,
love going and Googling it and then
mhm.
reading to them, and they're like, "Oh yeah, that's exactly me," because we mirror our spirit animals, right?
Right.
Yeah. So let's see, frog spirit animal
Mhm,
totem.
mhm. I caught a big one year, a big, huge bullfrog, and I put it in a Menards bucket. And I took it to a friend, and I said, I found the man of my dreams, but sadly he's in this bucket. His name's Maynard. Oh, I said, all I got to do is kiss him, and you know,
Yeah. Did it work?
no, didn't work. So I let him go in the swamp, and he's out in my backyard somewhere.
Yeah. So yeah. So the frog totem is definitely they're people of the night. They're
Yeah.
connected to the moon and the moon goddess.
Hmm.
Your ease with your intuition, your feminine energies, and the magic of
Hmm.
nature and the elements.
Hmm.
I don't know what this page is. It didn't used to look like that. What the heck happened to my phone? Um, there we go. Okay. Frog people have the capacity to jump to it and uncover opportunities, face difficult situations well, and the ties to their home are tight.
Hmm.
You want to build and strengthen your circle that feeds your soul,
Hmm.
natural intuitive senses, and you require strong connections with the spirit realm.
Hmm.
You have a strong bond between like your higher self, the divine guides, and it's because of like uncanny hearing abilities. So because they hear beyond the veil.
Yep. Right.
Yeah. So I
That's
mean,
kind of cool.
do you feel like that like resonates
Yeah, I
with who
do
you are?
actually.
Yeah.
Yeah, I actually do.
Yeah.
For sure. Yeah, especially like, the strong ties to home and stuff, and night
Yeah.
person. I'm a night person. And
Yeah.
I think isn't Libra a moon sign? I think it is.
It
But
could be.
I'd have to Google it for sure, but I think it is. So yeah,
Yeah.
and definitely I respond to the moon a lot. I mean,
Yeah.
uh I have I can't oh, autism X. Okay.
Okay, so she has a spirit of a dog that comes and visits her.
Okay. Oh,
Oh.
yes. Yeah, and that doesn't surprise me then because they respond to things like that.
Oh
They
yeah.
they sometimes know before people know, that something isn't quite right. And it's funny because they'll respond to different things. Um, Sometimes I've heard low blood sugar that diabetics can
Right.
sometimes find dogs that can pick up on their low blood sugar
Yep.
and seizures and just all kinds of things, that dogs are intuitive about.
Mm-hmm.
You know.
Yeah.
So what would it mean if you had like a dog for a spirit animal?
Okay, so I think dogs are about loyalty, if I'm remembering right. I mean, I know that they
Mhm,
are, but like, if it's your totem animal, so like, there's a difference between a totem animal and a spirit animal. So your
mhm,
totem animal is the one you're born with. You make that
mhm.
contract before you come, and you share characteristics and magic.
Okay.
So if you have like, let's just say you have a frog totem, then you have frog magic flowing in you,
Mhm.
right?
Okay.
So, but then different animals show up all different times through our lives to teach us a lesson or a message.
Uh-huh.
So or if you want to work on something specific, so let's say you wanted to work on taking back your power and
Mhm.
being very strong, then you would call on like the jaguar
Mhm.
and you would actively work with them and ask them to send your energy.
Mhm.
But let's see, dog is about trustworthiness, protection, faithfulness, and respect. Allegiance to family and friends. And um, I don't know, that's a weird one. I don't usually look at that site, but is that you are to be aware of your gifts. And they also come to those who love unconditionally.
Mm-hmm.
And when you need to remember it's okay to play. Dogs are always just like ready to do that.
Yeah.
So that's why if I start seeing a certain thing, like I've seen spiders everywhere, like they're literally like coming down from the ceiling, they're all about co-creation, right? And just like knowing what that means, then we get little messages, from the divine to help us maybe see something we haven't been seeing, or to get a little guidance on something, right?
Right. And I've been kind of thinking about that too, just like trying to look at my environment a little more carefully, so that I don't miss those signs, and because I think they're sent to us, but if we're oblivious to it,
Right.
we miss that call.
Yeah. And then like the more we do tune in, then they're like, oh my gosh, she's seeing. And then they'll just keep coming in more and more, right? Like it just like kind of like builds up.
Yeah. And I agree with Anthony. See what nature is speaking. Yeah, I think that our signs come from nature mostly, or sometimes it's the people that come into our life, and they bring us some kind of message. You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah. Well, like feathers, and I mean everything brings a message, or a nickel or a penny, right? That's just like, let's see. So it sounds like she has some paranormal activity in her house.
Yeah, it sure does. Yeah, I would definitely see about getting that investigated. Are you in the UK, Kelly? I might be able to. I could probably send her to Viv, and they might be able to help her over there if she's in the UK.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, because she's in near Cambridgeshire. So,
yeah. Well, if it's something like if she just wants it investigated, or if it's something that she wants cleared, I can clear it for her right now if that's what she wants. So she just let us know, because no, I actually have like a whole clearing code that works with Pegasus, and I've done it for people all the way across the world, and like the doors stop slamming and everything. But not everybody. Some people are okay with that. And so, but if it bothers her, we can work on that. Sometimes we have to run it like a couple days in a row, but yeah. But that can be scary, like the cooker turns on by itself. Oh my gosh.
I know, right? That's kind of scary.
Dangerous. Yeah.
Does it? What happened if you unplug the whole thing? I mean,
right.
I would just unplug all my appliances at that point,
Yeah.
So nothing could come on.
Right.
Have to check the power. Maybe it could be some kind of a power surge. I mean, just saying, because I think it's good to look to non-paranormal causes first.
Right.
And then if you can't explain it with non-paranormal causes, then start thinking it might be paranormal.
Yeah. Well, yeah, with the other stuff going on, like doors opening,
right,
dining room chairs moving. Yeah, that's
that kind of seems like that's a little bit more than you could explain with the normal.
Yeah, she's been hearing a man's voice.
Oh wow.
That to me, and she says it's like, it seems like it's getting worse, which makes sense because we're coming up to the veil being thinnest with the moon, with Halloween, all of that. So, and honestly, I think sometimes that kind of maybe other people, it happens to them, they just don't recognize it because they're not in tune and seeing what's happening.
Right.
So it's kind of telling me that maybe the spirits, they know that she knows what's going on. Like she's in tune to that. And so that they probably, I don't know if maybe they're just like, maybe it's not even a spirit that's being malicious, but just like maybe like, hey, someone can see me. I'm going to, make some noise or do something,
Yeah. Yeah. She did say had things thrown at her boyfriend.
Yeah. That's
her. So, I mean, that seems like a little bit, but they might have just been trying to get her attention.
Yeah. So I guess that's just gotta, kind of decide.
Knives, or was it just like, a dish or something?
Right.
Probably a little less lethal,
Right.
Because that might tell you how malevolent it is.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, but yes, definitely, I would say get that, I mean, I guess first decide, is it something that is harmful or bothersome to you? Do you
Right.
really want it to go away?
Mm-hmm.
Is it malevolent? And if it's not, you might want to just like live with it.
Right.
It
Yeah.
might be granddad. You never know.
Yeah, it could be.
Grumpy grandpa.
Absolutely.
But
Yeah.
here, I had to show this off. It's it's my little cauldron for
Yeah.
my coffee cauldron.
Did your cousin not like your boyfriend? Hmm.
Oh, she thinks the spirit might be her cousin. Was that
Well,
what they
I'm
said?
thinking, I don't think she said that, but I think that Anthony must be picking up on that.
Okay. Yeah. Well, if it was someone who
Oh,
didn't
wait,
like
no,
her
she did
or
say it was her cousin. Yeah, she thinks it might be her cousin, but I'm
okay.
not sure. What do you think it could be? Okay, so let's just tune in and see. Let's just do our own little paranormal investigation. Let's just tune
There
in
you
and see
go.
what she asked. So let's just tune in.
Okay.
So I'm going to start by just tuning into Kelly's energy.
Okay.
And then so and then let's just ask to be shown what's going on around her house with this spirit. So I'm feeling like I'm seeing quite a few different spirits. I don't think it's just one. Maybe one main one, but when I tune in, my heart starts racing. My throat starts feeling really gross. And what was the other thing I felt? Oh, yeah, they're doing it because they know that you can see it and you can hear. I think spirits can get lonely. You know what I'm saying? Like when they're tethered to someplace and they can't get out. I think that they're just kind of wanting
My overall
interaction.
feeling, my general feeling was that they were not malevolent. They were not there to hurt anybody.
Yeah.
That was my initial feeling that I get from it. But
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, that's up to you. Neither of us feel that they're malevolent. But if you don't want to keep dealing with it, fine. If you don't have to. That's just your choice.
Well, yeah, you can tell them to go.
Yeah. Yep.
Like house guests that have stayed too long.
Yeah. Yeah, so I hope that helps. And like I said, if you do want them to go and you're having trouble, like sometimes spirits are bound, like let's just say they're bound by blood or by magic to specific places. And we ourselves have trouble like getting that out. So I found that working with Pegasus and dragons really helps to help get that out. So
Cool.
yeah, but it's just going to ramp up. I mean, the closer we get to the veil being thin,
Yeah.
I mean, it's just going to be.
All Hallows Eve.
Yeah.
I'm kind of excited about it.
Yeah.
She says, investigation. Oh.
Okay.
Okay. Investigation on the house a few months ago, and the lady came back to do a cleanse, but I don't think it worked because it's happening again. So.
Okay. Well, Kelly,
they didn't go.
yeah, I have a really simple way to get rid of that. And so I can send, like, I see you're on Facebook. If you want to find me on Facebook, I'll send you my spell for that. And then you might have to run it a couple times. Oh, yeah. See,
It
there's
doesn't
family
bother me.
anniversaries.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's, yeah.
my cousin trying to get attention. It was his anniversary the other day, and it's my Nan's anniversary of her death coming up soon. Okay. So yeah, it could be maybe they're restless around that
Yeah,
time. Yeah.
that makes
Maybe they
sense.
come back to visit, once a year. You just don't know what it's like on the other side,
Yeah.
and what they get to do or what they can do.
Yeah, and I think like the other thing is that when they are trying to get your attention, maybe they want to talk to you. Maybe they have something to say. Maybe they
Maybe.
they and so like if you just maybe can sit and tune in and see, then maybe they just want you to listen,
Hmm. Just
right?
like light birthday cake candles for them, he says. Anthony says,
Yeah.
just light a candle for them. And that's good. A great idea, I think,
Mm-hmm.
because maybe that's all they wanted was a little recognition
Right.
on their birthday.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, could be. So,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, I think that's a good idea, though. And then
Yeah.
that way you get to remember them too, because maybe, that's in part where they get energy is being remembered by us,
Well, like the Coco movie. Did you see the Disney Coco movie?
No, I don't think so.
About down in Mexico, they have the Day of the Dead, right? And they
Yes.
have pictures of all of their ancestors, and
Hmm.
you are on the other side, living a whole nother life as a
Hmm.
skeleton until nobody remembers you and doesn't put your picture up.
Oh.
Then you just disintegrate and you're just gone. Everybody forgets you.
Oh,
So
wow.
that's why it's great too on Halloween, that time frame, to put up pictures of your relatives,
Yeah.
light a candle for them, throw the food on the table, that kind of thing, so they know they're remembered.
Right. Yeah, I try not to leave a lot of food out. I have a little something for my Buddha over here, but the mice, would just
Yeah.
have a field day.
Yeah. Well, I think like for the Day of the Dead, it's just that night, and you don't.
Yeah.
So you just make the big meal, and everybody eats it together. Like
Yeah.
leaving an extra chair at the table, putting a plate. You know,
Oh, yeah.
those are some of the things I've done for Hallows Eve to just kind of honor that energy.
Hmm.
Let's
Yeah,
see.
for
Oh,
sure.
she's had a dove visit there. Double rainbow.
Hmm. Yeah. All
Yeah.
that. Yeah. I remember the double rainbow over your house, Nellie.
Yeah.
Yeah, the picture posted. Yeah. That
Yeah.
was great.
Yep. That's kind of what got us together doing the podcast together.
Yeah, kind of. Was the
Yeah.
double rainbow. Because it was like,
Yeah.
wow, she made her dreams come true. That's really awesome.
Yeah. Yeah,
So
but
yeah.
Kelly, those are all like cursors telling you that you're tapping into the supernatural and
Hmm.
that you're using your spiritual gifts. So,
In a haunted pub. Wow.
ooh.
Yeah, that's kind of cool. Because you can't.
Yes.
I mean, you think about all the people, just people that have passed through there, and then you think about like how many spirits just lingered there.
Right.
Especially
Yeah.
everybody gets together there all the
That's
time.
right. Right. They returned back there because they had so many good times, right?
Yeah. Yep, loved ones telling us we still remember you. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, because it's I think we the people that we meet and that we make connections with in this life, I think those connections go on to the next life and maybe even multiple
Yeah.
lives after that.
Yep.
I think we do live multiple lives. Like this is grade school for us,
Right.
and if you learn, to keep your hands to yourself and chew with your mouth closed and being kind to others and stuff. If you learn those lessons, then you can move on to a higher level.
Right.
You can
Right.
level up then. But
Right.
if you don't graduate, you got to go back and repeat kindergarten, and then you're back here
Yep.
again.
Yep.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
yeah,
Yeah. I think part of it's just getting to that point where we're awake enough to know that we have lessons to learn. If we just
yeah.
learn it, we can move on to the next one.
Right, I know. Well, yeah, those spiritual awakenings make you feel like you're just coming out of the matrix or something, and you're kind of like, wow, I never even saw this stuff before, you
Right.
know? And until that happens and you can really like plug in and connect with things, it's tough
Yeah.
to know, you know.
Yep.
And and I think as humans we get caught up in what is right here and we don't look at what's beyond that or
Right.
you know, even parallel to it.
Mm-hmm. I
So
agree.
yeah.
I've got my spirit animal deck if any of you want a card.
Yes, let's do that. That sounds awesome. Oh, I was going to talk a little bit while you're shuffling about
Yeah.
familiars, you know,
Oh, yeah.
and my Bob is my familiar, and that's
Mm-hmm.
one of the things about familiars. They just tend to just show up in your
Right.
life, and they come to you. You don't have to go and look for them, and you just kind of recognize them when they come. And
Yeah.
in the past, they have been regarded as evil, you know, because they were associated with
Yes.
witches, which they called witches evil because they you know were they thought that witches were satanic and evil.
Right.
But there were cunning folk that were doing basically what we do now as witches, and they were highly esteemed in the community. So it's kind of a weird thing, but yeah, as far as like the familiars, they can change shape. They were said to be able to change shape from
Right.
human to animal, you know, and back again. So, but yes, they definitely are like our doppelganger, like part of us, but separate entities as well. And I think in this modern day and age, I look at Bob sees things I don't see, and he brings them to my attention.
Right.
And so he helps me in that way, and
Mm-hmm.
he just aids me in my magic in that he gives me a good frame of mind, you know, and to sit and listen to him purr is like therapy to me.
Right.
So
Absolutely.
yeah, so he just helps me stay in the right frame of mind, have good vibrations, and see the things that I obviously didn't see.
Right.
So yeah, so
Yeah.
that's familiars for you.
Yeah. So, Robin, you got the peacock upside down.
Ooh,
Yeah. And so, like, you see that shining? You see it shining out of its heart area?
yes.
Yeah. This is all about you shining because, like, honestly, like you're a magnetic person, right? And all
Uh-huh.
of that. And the universe is asking you, so is the peacock, to keep shining and don't worry about if you're shining brighter than other people
Hmm.
because you're going to inspire so many people and they're going to go, guess what? I want that too. I'm going to shine. So
Yeah.
that's your message with this reversed is just don't hide yourself.
Yeah.
Don't
Okay.
think that you can't just be everything that you are
Hmm.
because you're
Yeah.
going to be helping other people.
That's awesome. And that's
Yeah.
my goal in life is to help other people, you know, to
Well,
live better, you know, happier, more fulfilling lives.
yeah, and look at all the feathers in your hat. It just made me think of this peacock with all of
I know,
that
right? It's
feather
so weird. And then
energy.
you were like, you're shining light, and here I got these little glitteries on here too.
Right?
I'm sparkling like
Exactly.
crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, but so
Okay.
that I mean that's totally appropriate.
Yeah. Yes. Okay. So Kelly said she would love a card too. Okay.
All
So
right.
what spirit animal? Oh, I got them all backwards. Has a message for Kelly.
I love oracle cards.
Oh gosh, yeah, she got the hawk.
Ooh.
Which
Yeah.
isn't that's like I think hawk is about messengers from the other side.
Hmm.
Like, like so my great uncle, he always comes to me in a hawk. And then
Oh.
that's when I know he's with me, right? So they're kind of
Uh-huh.
linked with ancestors too, I believe. Let's see, it says, let spirit be your guide. Let's see what the reversed meaning means. Okay, are you nothing? Wait, sorry. Are you noticing red flags, perhaps saying to yourself, oh, what pretty flags, and giving them no more thought? Hawk Spirit has arrived to tell you to stop and listen to the messages from Spirit. Take the time to observe the patterns you are seeing and do not dismiss your intuition. Even the messages you receive are not supported by evidence in the physical world. If it feels illogical to listen right now, listen anyway. Sometimes you might want certain signs and messages to mean what you want them to mean, interpreting through the lens of wishful thinking, a projection of your desire to see things a certain way. Of course, when you do that, you rarely find yourself where you want to be. Take heart, Spirit loves you so much and does not want you to get hurt, but to align with Spirit's plan for your highest good. Listen and follow the signs and check your motives when you are being selective with your hearing. Kind of what we were just talking about, right? About tuning into those spirits. What do they want to say to you? You know, I mean, if it's your family, they're definitely there wanting to give you guidance and to, you know, share with you, right?
Yeah, for sure. Well, you like to think so anyway. Unless it's
right?
old Uncle Oscar, you know, who
Yeah.
never had a kind word for anyone.
Right. Right.
Yeah.
Oh, you're
Yeah,
very
but
welcome.
you'll know if it's him because, you know, he'll start throwing knives.
Really?
Oh, there you go. Kelly says thank you for the card. Well,
Yeah, you're welcome.
thanks for hanging out with us, Kelly. It's always
Yeah.
nice to see you. So
Yeah.
that's good. And then there was something else that we were talking about, and the cunning folk, you know, which I thought was so odd, you know, that they would, you know, not target the people who are working magic openly, giving spells, you know, and things like that. But they would, you know, persecute witches, which I guess I'm just not. I don't really see that there's a huge difference, although they considered witches to be satanic, which, you know,
Right.
I think we're separate from Satanists, you know. I mean,
Yeah.
there's the Satanists, there's, you know, and they're pagans, of course. But then, you know, there's Wicca and there's like, you know, like green witches and there's solitary practitioners and non-solitary practitioners. And I mean, there's just all kinds of witches. And you know, I don't think that most are malevolent.
No, it's more like they just targeted the women.
I kind of felt that way, that it was a bit misogynistic. Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. And
there were men cunning people, though. They called them wizards, you know?
yeah.
So, yeah, it's sort of like, I don't know, they must not have had that connotation of witch and wizard, you know, together.
Yeah.
So, yeah. But it's the things that they did in the witch trials were just heinous. And
It was horrible.
it's
And
terrible. I didn't really want to talk about it on afternoon television, but yes,
right.
famous. And
Yeah.
you know, to think that someone wouldn't confess to whatever you ask them to confess to after the things that they've done, you
Yeah.
know, it's kind of, yeah, has you wonder who wouldn't confess, you know?
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
So it's I've been reading up a bit on that. I have I'm doing an interview with Reverend Sean Whittington a little later in the month, and he said he wanted to talk about something scary and witchy. So I thought, well, the witch trials, why not? It's
Yeah.
pretty darn scary, and
Yeah.
it does involve witches, so you know.
Yeah.
And I thought I'd just take that through history and you
Oh,
know,
definitely.
just you know, let him know how gracious and wonderful the Christian church has been to witches all this time.
Oh my gosh.
So you know,
Oh wow.
we'll see where that goes.
Yeah.
Well, the last time we chatted, I told him that I thought the King James version of the Bible was a work of fiction. So you know, we're
And he's
kicking
still
it
having
off.
you back. So I
And he's
mean,
having me
there you
back. I don't
go.
know. I don't know. But I think he's a very open minded individual who is not stuck on, you know, sentiment. You know,
Right.
he's a realistic kind of guy. And you know,
Yeah.
he does exorcisms and stuff. And, you know, frankly, he's helping people, I'm sure. To get through things like that, and
Right.
you know, more power to him. I hope, you know, that he can continue to do so.
Yeah.
And you know, just like I think that witches help people get through things that they're going through and help them, give them coping mechanisms or advice or things like that that will help them, you know, because based on intuition and, you know, signs from the divine, you know, because we know kind of what we're looking for.
Right.
So, I think it's just it's all in your perspective, but as long as you're helping people, it's all good.
Right.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, it doesn't really matter what magic you're using or what deity, you know what I'm saying? As long as calling on a higher power,
Right.
That's what it is.
Witches do the same thing. We think 3 is a magic number,
Right. Yeah, exactly.
Like do. And, I think there's a lot of similarities in every aspect of worship that human beings do on this planet.
Exactly.
So I think that we have more commonality than differences, honestly.
Yeah, honestly, if you could look at it like that and see how it meshes together and that it all came from one source, then there wouldn't be all this hate and this,
division. It's like the Presbyterians are divided from the Lutherans, and the Lutherans are divided from the Methodists, when they just like fall under the same umbrella of Christianity and just all get along.
Right.
So,
yeah.
But, it's a lot of it's motivated politically and monetarily. And it's the church is like any other business, So that's kind of why I got away from organized religion. It's just too much like business as usual.
Yeah. There's this block in the cities that we drive to take our daughter to her driving lessons, and 6 churches within one block.
Whoa!
Everything from Muslim to Catholic to Baptist.
Wow. Well, that's really.
All of them. I mean, I couldn't believe it. I counted 6 of them in one block.
Well, good. Now, hopefully they all get together and have worship service.
Hopefully. Yeah.
I mean, we all worship one God. Even I worship the same God that all of them do. The Christians, the Muslims, to me, it's all the same. One God, Now, I think there are other gods, maybe, lesser ones that sort of come into play to help us in our daily lives or things that we're trying to do. But there's still, I think, a universal creator.
Yeah. Yeah. And I kind of feel it's not just masculine. I feel like it has the 2 balance parts, just like everything else. You can't throw out the feminine just because the men wrote history.
Right.
Sorry.
Exactly. It is. And it's a mixture of masculine and feminine, like all of us, really. Some of us are, a little bit more feminine or masculine in our, but we all have that mixture in us.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah. And we spend lives as women and lives as men, I mean, we experience it all.
Yes. Even sometimes in the same lifetime.
Yeah. Yep.
For sure.
Yep.
Yeah. Well, and I kind of, allow people to express that sort of, side of themselves if that's what they want to do.
Right.
When I'm around. So.
Yeah.
Yeah. And sometimes, I kind of get masculine. And you'll see me out in my motorcycle boots and a pair of jeans and a work shirt that says Orange County Choppers on it,
Yeah. Yeah, I think it's great to be balanced.
Yeah.
Well,
and I think this last period of the zodiac was about balance and about balancing your life, and gaining that feeling of completeness through balance.
I'm sorry. I've been yawning all afternoon. I'm not bored. I just like.
Well, you need some coffee there now.
Yeah, well, I had my coffee this morning, but it started when I was talking to a friend in Canada, and every time that we talk, we clear things for each other just by being there talking. And one of us is always yawning to release or something, and I was like, yeah. Oh.
It takes a little energy to do stuff like that,
Yep.
And I think dark chocolate is something that you should, you can have a little dark chocolate after you do stuff like that. And I think it
Oh,
sort of invigorates you again, gives you a little bit of
yeah.
like it kind of helps your energy bounce back a
Yeah.
little bit.
Can't it be milk chocolate?
Well, I don't know. I heard dark because it's really it has
I know.
compounds in it that are actually more active. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I
And the
know. I just,
milk chocolate's just kind of for fun.
I know. Yeah, I actually found a dark chocolate I did like, and it was from Aldi's,
Hmm.
and it was orange flavored with like toffee and nut pieces
Yeah,
in it.
that
Oh
sounds
my
good.
gosh, that
Yeah,
was the bomb.
I like those dark chocolate acai berries or something like that.
Yeah,
Those are delicious. But I
yeah,
could just eat a chunk of dark chocolate, like that Ghirardelli or whatever.
yeah,
That's good stuff. So
yeah.
Anthony says, yes, May had home clean, but if it hooked to person energy, then it will just come back in. Oh, if it's hooked to that person's energy that lives there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah,
and
there's
especially if it's a family member, they may feel at liberty to just come right in whenever they
mm-hmm.
like.
Yep.
As sometimes
Yeah.
family members will do.
Yeah. And that's usually okay, right? I
Well, yeah,
remember,
usually, but we
yeah,
always have that one family member that it's like, oh, not them again.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. I remember the first time that I experienced somebody dead coming to me through smell, and it
oh,
was cigarette smoke.
oh my.
And I was like,
Yeah.
I don't care if you are a family, you're just gonna have to go because I can't deal
You
with
know
that.
that
Like,
that makes so much sense to me now because I sometimes will smell cigarette smoke here, and it's like nobody smokes here. Nobody smokes in the house, and
mm-hmm,
I'll smell it anyway, and it's like I think it was Mark, my stepdad. He, who lived
mm-hmm,
here. He smoked for a long time, and so then yeah, now that makes sense that I would smell that.
yep,
I didn't connect it before. Thanks, Nellie.
yeah. But that's them using your clairaudient. You're getting that through your clear
Uh-huh.
olfactants, right? Your
Yes.
smell,
Mhm.
and it's just another tool to kind of put under your belt, right?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah,
Yeah. And I'll probably pay more attention when I smell something that it's like I shouldn't be smelling that right now,
right.
that odd
Yep,
smell. Hmm. I'm
yep,
gonna file
absolutely.
that one away.
Right.
For sure.
Yep.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
what is your spirit animal then?
Mine is a tiger.
A tiger, okay. All right. And the tiger gives you what kind of energy?
Well, it's very mothering energy, which is kind of
Okay.
what like I put my whole life into, like my kids.
Mm-hmm.
They're about, standing in your power. Oh gosh, it's been a while since I looked into it, but I don't
I'm
remember
sorry,
what
I
all
put
it
you on
was.
the spot.
Yeah, no, I've been like really trying to, like, I have a tiger shirt that
Hmm.
my guides were like, wear that. But the night before I was going to sleep, and I just laying there, and then all of a sudden I hear, you remember Tony the Tiger from Frosted Flakes?
Yeah.
You're great.
Great.
Yeah. I was literally laying there in bed and I heard him and I saw him in my mind.
Oh my
And I'm
gosh.
like, okay, my spirit animal is trying to, um, so tiger spirit is time to be still and listen, which I'm not very good at, but I'm getting better. Um, they belong to brave souls with a fiery strength of will. And as a power animal, they help you to live up to your greatest potential.
Hmm.
Um,
Strength, power, courage, and ambition
yeah.
is what they
Yep.
stand for. And yeah, generally.
Yep.
Symbolic release of fears and standing for truth, justice, and integrity.
Yep.
That's awesome, though.
Yeah.
That's totally awesome. And I could see, as a Scorpio, that being the case, with you,
Mm-hmm.
being a Scorpio as well. So,
Yeah.
do you ever look into your Chinese zodiac animal?
I have a couple of times because see, I'm the monkey on the
Oh,
Chinese
you're a monkey.
zodiac. I'm a
Sam is
monkey.
a monkey as well,
Is
and
he?
sometimes he's kind of monkey-like.
Yeah.
He's out in the yard, just all over the place.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
and he's sort of acrobatic at times.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so that he is
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
and
And
he's
then
very he's can be very mischievous.
yes. So I guess that does, yeah, I'm kind of that same way. Like I used to always, when my husband was in the shower, I'd creep in there in the morning because he takes really hot showers, and I would have like ice water in a big jug and I would throw it over him in the shower.
That's
Yeah. So
hilarious.
yeah, that kind of stuff I think is fun.
It is hilarious. Oh, we've done that before. Yeah, fun stuff.
Yeah.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah,
So,
Nelly's a
but
prankster. Look out. Oh, it's
so
funny.
what is your Chinese zodiac?
I am a snake, and
Yes.
it did describe me fairly accurately. Some
Really?
of it was good, some of it not so good. But all in
Well,
all, still
yeah.
a strong zodiac animal. So
Yeah. Well,
I tend to
I
be more like the regular zodiac sign.
right.
But yeah, it was still sadly fairly accurate. I think I got my divination book here somewhere. Oh nope, it's in my computer bag.
Let's see.
I can look up the snake here. It's the Season of the Witch too. So if you get a chance, listen to this song "Season of the Witch" by Donovan. It's
Season of
great.
the Witch.
Yep, "Season of the Witch." It's my favorite witch song. So there's like a black magic woman that's Carlos Santana. I've
Oh, okay.
been listening to all my favorite witch songs because Halloween's coming.
Yeah.
So snake, Chinese zodiac.
Gosh, this is making me hungry for Chinese.
I know, right? I would love that.
Oh,
So yeah, the oh, that's funny. I think my daughter and I are both snake. So
really?
yeah, it says malevolence, cattiness, mystery, as well as acumen and divination. But I wouldn't say I'm malevolent. Uh, Probably been catty twice in my life though,
Right.
and I don't know about a big mystery, but let's see. Considered evil, and the elongated legless body always scares people. However, ancient Chinese snake once presented a venerated image and is one of the earliest totems of Chinese nations. These mother goddesses said to create humanity as the body of a snake and the head of a human. So yeah, I mean it's not all bad in every culture, and people born in the year of the snake are considered rational, calm, thoughtful, and loyal to the loved ones. So it's that's pretty good stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think it's a little bit different than the connotation that Westerners have with snakes.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Because back, well, like,
Mhm.
what? They were always charming, right? Like,
Yeah. Yep.
I mean, you think about that. Yeah. Yeah. So Anthony says he's a dragon.
Oh, yep. Okay.
Yeah.
It says snake women are graceful and kind hearted. They love life and have broad interests and hobbies, especially in appreciating classical artworks and traveling. Born with an intelligent mind and will take advantage of the resources to create a strong relationship with others. So that's pretty well me. Yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
it's funny, isn't it, how we can like really relate to things like that, our zodiac symbols and stuff,
Right.
even when it's like the different zodiac signs, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's strange. I guess it
Yeah.
just has to do with the time that you were born,
Yeah.
It's, I think, it just time of year.
Yeah. Yeah. I kind of think it's like, so the sun is in that house at a certain time. And
Hmm.
this, so the sun's energy is coming in. That's our main energy source, right? As
Right.
humans. So that's the energy that's streaming in. So I mean, that's obviously, I mean, the stars do. I don't
Here's,
care whether they do impact us,
I think they
right?
do. I think the
Yeah.
position of the stars at when we were born does
Yeah.
have something to do with our the way we look at things. I think the
Yeah.
dragon symbolizes power, nobleness, honor, luck, and success. So there you go.
Oh. I just read that the monkeys that born in 1980, their financial fortune for the later half of their life is not bad. Better than the first part. I don't know why I can go for that.
Yeah, ching.
Yeah.
All right. So, and I wanted to announce that also next Wednesday at 2 p.m. Central Standard Time, I will be on with the Spooky Crew, Viv and Dan from England, and then Sam and I will be guests on their show, and I'm not sure what we're talking about, but anything's good with them.
Yeah. It'll be sure to be interesting with all of you.
Oh yeah, for sure. So, but yeah, we're gonna do some just chit chat and catch up, and I'm sure we'll come up with some good stuff. And then let's see, today's Friday. Monday I'll be Ask Madam at 9 p.m. Central Standard Time, and then also there was my interview later in the month I'll announce again with Reverend Sean. That is if he hasn't seen this show and decides to cancel. But
Oops.
God love him. We'll have a fun time, I'm sure, debating
I'm
the
sure.
issues, and we always keep it respectful, and so I'm sure it'll be just fine. We'll have a good time.
Yeah.
So anyway, it's getting to be down to that time. And I don't know, do we have anyone who still wanted a card reading? Because Anthony's still hanging with us. Did Anthony get a card?
Oh, he didn't say that he wanted one. I'm just super careful because I want to have permission,
No, I agree.
access.
So Anthony, if you're still with us, would you like a card reading in the last few minutes here before we take off for today, for Friday, and head out to our weekend? Which is not really going to be too big of a deal, except for all the full moon stuff I'm going to, be getting together. So that I'll have it ready for Sunday. So that we can enjoy. Yes, he would like a reading. So we're going to get you a card, Anthony, before we head out the door.
Oh, and I think next weekend is Sweetest Day or something.
Yeah, I think
something like that. Yeah, so get that special somebody, do something sweet for them.
Oh, that's nice. Yeah, and then Monday is a bank holiday as well. So
right,
bank holiday. So just so everybody's aware,
right?
We're just gonna bank. You better do it today.
Right. Okay, Anthony, you got the owl spirit.
Oh.
It says you can see clearly now, which doesn't surprise me because it seems like you tap into your gifts pretty good.
Oh, yeah.
Let's see. Owl spirit arrives to remind you that the wisdom within you is informed by your keen senses and the wisdom within the consciousness we all share. Even in the darkest night, the owl sees clearly and is guided by every sense it has, including the first sense of intuition. Right now, your sensitivities are turbocharged and you are receiving messages from all directions. Owl spirit reminds you to be wise and pay attention to what's between the lines, what is invisible to the naked eye, what cannot be heard with the ears, and what others may not be able to perceive. With all your senses aroused, you have much knowledge available to you. Clarity will come as you sit with all that you are sensing, allowing your intuition to guide you and understanding the whole and not just the parts. Let your wisdom arise and be your guide as you trust the acuity of all your senses. Intuition is real and can provide the clarity you need to understand your situation right now. Your relationships, finances, your job, whatever it is, you can see the truth clearly now.
Nice.
Yep.
Yeah. Clarity and wisdom. I always think.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. It's all there.
All right. Well, thank you, Anthony, for joining us, and I hope that was helpful for you.
Yeah.
And that you have a great weekend. And same to everyone else. Have a great weekend. And if you have any questions or if you'd like to reach either one of us, you can send us an email at skeletonkeyWitches@gmail.com. So was there anything else, Nelle, you got coming up?
No, I don't think so.
Well, we'll say goodbye for today, and blessed be to everyone. And come back and see us again real soon.
Yep. Bye-bye, everybody.